There are no Christian nations in the world. As we all know that nations are built on the basics of religious belief, over 196 countries of the world have religious imageries in their flags. 31 nations has a Christian imagery, 21 nations has Islamic imagery, 3 nations has Hinduism imagery, 2 nations has Buddhism, while Israel is the only nation that has Judaism imagery, and 6 nations has other religious imageries on their flag. However, it is so interesting to know that Christianity is the largest religion in the world, according to data from 2015. More than 2.3 billion people practice some form of Christianity, which means 1/3 of the world's total population with different denominations, but the largest is the Catholic Church. With about 1.2 billion Catholics globally, other large denominations include the Protestant Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church. But it's so unfortunate that there are only 20 countries who claim to be a Christian nation, which are Armenia, which is the first state in the world to adopt Christianity as an official religion, Argentina, Costa Rica, Denmark, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, England, Ethiopia, Faroe Islands, Georgia, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Malta, Monaco, Norway, Samoa, Tonga, and Vatican City. But the truth is that there are no more Christian nations in the world today. What we have is a Christian populated nation. Before you argue with me, let's do a little study on this subject matter. What is the difference between a Christian nation and a Christian populated nation? A Christian nation. This is a country or a state that recognizes a form of Christianity as its official religion and often has a state church, also called an established church, which is a Christian denomination that supports the government and it's supported by the government. This is defined as a country where Christianity plays a major role in policy making. Christian populated nation. This is a country with a great number of Christians who reside in the nation. However, from the definition of a Christian nation, you will agree with me that there are no Christian nations in the world today apart from the Vatican City, which is the smallest state in the world with approximately 1,000 people, which is 100% Catholic with a unitary government of Christian, absolute monarchy ruled by the Pope. But we do not consider this as a standard Christian nation because it is more or less like a religious tourist center for the religious pilgrims, and it is also a physical area where the Holy Sees reside, which is the governing body of the Catholic Church worldwide. The Catholic Church no longer plays a major role in the policy making of Italy and the world at large today. Apart from this, other acclaimed Christian nations in the world stand in contrast to a secular state, an atheist state, or another religious state such as Jewish or an Islamic state. Therefore, in reality, there are no highly populated Christian states in the world where you will not find a mixture of other religions living in the same country. Most Christian populated nations of the world are officially secular nations. It is so pathetic to know that most Christian populated nations of the world have no official state religion, which means they neither support religion nor irreligion. They have succeeded in the separation of Christian religion from civic affairs and the state policy making, which is known as secularism. This is what I call the advanced manipulation of the devil. The secular nation is a system the devil has succeeded in creating through the ignorance of Christian political leaders, all in the name of religious freedom and humanitarianism. We must understand that this is a system the devil is using to reduce the influence and impact of Christianity in the world. And if this continues, Christianity will gradually lose its voice in the world. The list of secular nations. It is so unfortunate to know that the United States of America, whom was the leading, powerful, and most populous Christian nation in the earth, has explicitly become the first secular nation, both in the West and the world history, followed by other powerful Christian nations like Mexico, Canada, Italy, Spain, Russia, France, Australia, Portugal, Nigeria, South America, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, and many more. There are over 60 secular nations in the surface of the earth today. The gradual decline of Christianity in the Western world. This decline of Christianity in the Western world is an ongoing trend. Developed countries with modern secular educational facilities in the post-World War II era have shifted towards post-Christian, secular, globalized, multicultural, and multi-faith societies. Although Christianity remains the most dominant religion in Latin America, Western Europe, Canada, and the United States. However, there are numerous evidence of the gradual decline of Christianity in Europe, North America, and some oceanic countries. If this demographic continues, it will give the Islam nation an edge over Christianity in the fulfillment of the Islamic agenda. The Islamic agenda to reduce Christianity. It is very important for us to note that there are about 50 nations of the world where you can't practice Christianity. Millions of Christians across the world are faced with punishment, including imprisonment, torture, and death for practicing their faith. Shocking new research has revealed North Korea, Somalia, and Afghanistan as the worst countries where you cannot openly follow or practice Christianity. However, North Korea has been branded the most dangerous country in the world for Christians since 2002, while the lawless Somalia, which ranks second for persecution, murders people on the spot. The militant Islamist group Al-Shabaab, which is highly active in the East African nation, has made Somalia free of all Christian missions. Note: church meetings continue to be disrupted in different provinces. Churches were also closed and landlords are pursued and pressured to stop renting premises to Christians. The Islamic extremists tend to bring the world under the house of Islam through violence. This is clear indication that Christians must rise up with one voice by interceding, standing in the gap for the Christian nations of the earth so that the king will not suffer loss. Ezekiel 22 verse 30. In conclusion, one of the reasons why Christianity is gradually losing her voice in the world today is as a result of disunity among Christian denominations all over the globe. This is the reason why God has commissioned Romanized nation to create a global Christian nation, repositioning all the nations according to the image and the nation of God.